Okay, the third one is know thyself and success shall be thine means that option A, your desire to know who others are and what they want is the real success in life. Option B, your desire to know your nation and what they want is the real success in life. Option C, your desire to know who you are and what you want is the real success in life. Or option D, your desire to know the worldly needs and to achieve them is the real success in life. So option C is the correct one. Number 4 is the youth of Iqbal is not a thinking Hamlet but a man of action. In this sentence, Hamlet symbolizes a person who is taking prompt action, B is talking too much, C is taking quick decision, D is taking too much time in making decisions. So option D is the correct one. Now, dear students, moving towards exercise B. Exercise B is about sentences. Use the following words in sentences of your own. 8 words have been given to you and you are asked to use these words in your own sentences. Okay, let me tell you one thing, students. These sentences are going to be done in your English B notebook. Sentences are always to be done in your English B notebook. So, you are this is your home task. Okay, this is your task and you are going to make sentences of these words in your English B notebooks. I'm going to provide you the easiest definition or the vocabulary of these words, and by keeping in mind those definition, you will be using these words in your sentences of your own. So moving towards its definition. Okay, first word is nation. Nation is a sovereign state, an independent state. Battlefield, war field where wars are fought. Determination, determined, strongly believe when you are determined. Symbol, a mark or character used to represent. Motive mean aim or purpose. Confined mean restricted or limited. Direction mean a course or guidance. Goals mean aim or ambition. So now students, keeping in mind the definition of these words, you will be using these words in sentences of your own again in your English B notebooks. Now moving towards vocabulary exercise. Vocabulary exercise is all about prefix and suffix. I hope students you have learnt about these two concepts in your previous classes. Now in this class we'll further elaborate these concepts one by one with the help of examples. So first of all, we'll move towards prefix. After explanation of prefix, we'll move towards exercise based upon prefix, then we'll move towards suffix and then its exercise. So first have a look at the definition and explanation of prefix. Prefix is a set of letters, is a group of letters added to the beginning of a word to alter its meaning. Prefix is a group of letters we add to the beginning of a root word or base word. In this way, while we add group of letters to the beginning of a word or base word or root word, so it changes its meaning, it alters its meaning. Several prefixes serve to make the new words mean the opposite of the original meaning of the base word. Several prefixes are of such a nature that when we add those prefixes to the beginning of a base word or root word, so the new word is the opposite of the original word. For example, here is a prefix D, DE, meaning reverse or undo. While adding D to great, it becomes degrade, which is the opposite of great. By adding D to the beginning of compose, it becomes decompose, which is again the opposite of compose. Another prefix is dis, meaning removal or apart. When we add dis to agree, it becomes disagree. And when we add dis to approve, it becomes disapprove, which is again the opposites. Non, non meaning not or without. When we add non to existent, it becomes non-existent, a new word. And when we add non to fiction, it becomes non-fiction, again a new word. Students, notice one thing and keep in your mind. See this small dash. In prefix case, you will see this dash after group of or set of letters. And in suffix case, you would see this dash before the group of letters. So you would say that in prefix case, the small dash is followed by group of letters. But in suffix case, group of letters would be followed by small dash. Now let's move towards exercise based upon prefix. This exercise is on page number 19. So open up page number 19 of your book. Page number 19 of your book. This is exercise A on page number 19. Complete the sentence by writing the correct prefix in the blank space. You can use a dictionary to help you. Here is a list of prefixes given to you and you're asked to fill in the blanks with the help of these prefixes. Number 1 is, I just can't believe it. The story is dash believable. So while using prefix un from the list, it becomes unbelievable. No, that answer is dash correct. It is wrong. So we'll use prefix in with correct to the beginning of correct and becomes incorrect. No, that answer is incorrect. It is wrong. Let's look at this information again. We should dash view it before the test. We should review. So we have to use prefix re. I saw Alina just a moment ago, but now I can't find her. She just dash appeared. She just disappeared. So while using this to appeared, it has become disappeared. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you correctly. I dash understood you. I misunderstood you. So while using miss to understood, it becomes misunderstood. Now students, let's move towards the concept of suffix. We'll discuss suffix with the help of examples. A suffix is again a group of letters that is attached at the end of a root or base word. Now in suffix case, you would be adding group of letters at the end of a root or base word. In prefix case, we have to add group of letters to the beginning of a root word or base word. But in suffix case, we would add group of letters at the end of a root or base word to change its meaning. It serves to create new words out of the old words. It can change the meaning or grammatical function of base word. Now students, in suffix case, while adding group of letters at the end of base or root word, so the new word would not be the opposite of the original word. Rather, by adding those group of letters or set of letters, the meaning or grammatical function of a base word would be changed. For example, we have suffix er and est and we have an adjective fond. So by adding er to fond, it becomes fonder, which is the comparative degree of adjective, and by adding est to fond, it becomes fondest, which is the superlative degree of adjective. So in this way, by adding suffix er and est, we have changed the grammatical function of adjectives. Same is the case with the next one. I have another suffix which is ist, and I have a word art. Art is a noun. Art is a verb. By adding ist to art, it becomes artist, which is a noun. So again, by adding suffix, we have changed the grammatical function of the word. Let's have a look at some of the common suffixes. Some of the common suffixes are er. See, I have told you girls, in suffix case, group of letters would be followed by the small dash. See, group of letters are followed by small dash. In prefix case, the case was reverse. Er meaning someone who performs an action. By adding